Wow, looks like they've got archery there, guys. So you can do a bit of archery. A big drawing room there to spend your time. Plenty of books to read. I won't have time to read any books today. Look at the owl, wise owl. Hello and welcome to the show. This is Paul and Kathy for Freshwater Diver 1 with the plus. Which side should we sit on, guys? You want to go there? That side or that side?
And if anybody's got any pointed cameras, GoPros, any sticks or anything, we do ask that you keep them on the ground, keep them level, so our birds have that safe flying space for you there. Now, the first owl that will be joining us very shortly is what we call a native species. Now, this is just a very fancy term for saying you can find this owl right here in the UK. So it's actually quite invisible. In fact, he's actually snuck in behind you right there. We've been joined by Griffin, very stealthy today. Griffin here is our beautiful tawny owl. And again, an owl so iconic, found throughout the UK. In fact, they're found throughout England, Wales and Scotland, but they're not actually found in Ireland. So this bird hasn't quite managed to leap over the Irish Sea. We do ask people to get the nearest available seats to, if you can, are out without flying. Thank you very much. So again, not found in Ireland, the population of wild tawny owls. And on a beautiful day like today, when you're exploring the woodlands and gardens, do listen out, because even during the day, you can hear our beautiful tawny owls making that fantastic call. And I certainly think the call of the tawny owl is by far one of the most iconic features of this owl. In fact, when you think of owls in general, you probably think of the phrase twit twit. Now, there are over 240 separate species of owl, but the tawny owl here is the only owl that will ever say twit twit. When we introduce you to all our other owls, you will all realise just how different they sound. And actually, when you're hearing this twit twit call, most of the time you're hearing two separate birds. So the female, she tends to begin the call. She makes that twit part, this beautiful kiwick sound that Griffin is making there. Now, the reason the tawny owls are very vocal is because they are very territorial. They're competition for food and space, and they make his life really difficult. So, by the tawny owl continuing to say twit twit, this is Griffin's version of saying, this is my area. Now, the tawny owl here is a predator, so they're going to be hunting for a variety of prey items. Prey items for the tawny owl can actually vary quite a lot. A range of small mammals, small birds, and even amphibians such as frogs. They're incredible hunters. But of course, to sneak up on their prey, they need this fantastic camouflage. He has these gorgeous tawny colorations here. He is by no means just a brown bird. Have a really good look at him when he's on a perch. This beautiful camouflage here means he can sneak up onto those unsuspecting prey, and they will have no idea where he is until it is too late. Again, look at that, beautiful. Even against that wall there and against that. This time of year, here she comes. We've been joined by Wompa. Wompa here is our beautiful snowy owl. Again, a really iconic, famous owl species here. Areas in the northern hemisphere. So this time of year, we've got beanies, we've got scarves, we've got gloves. It's a little bit cold. Wompa doesn't need any of that. She is covered head to tail in these beautiful thick feathers, deep and warm. Now, when she's on a perch near you, have a good look at her feet. Her feet are completely covered in feathers. This is really, really important. Now, Wompa is a female. We know this because birds of prey have what we call reverse sexual dimorphism. Here at Muncaster, we have a variety of wildlife. We don't just have our birds, we have lots of other birds. and birds of prey on site as well. Now, Gaston here, he's about 3 pounds in weight, so again, incredibly large and powerful. Now, because he definitely has size and strength to his advantage, size is still incredibly agile, and it can quite happily snatch at those insects there. But of course, it's by no means restricted to just eating insects. A variety of mammals. Pixie here being fully grown, not only is he a fantastic predator, he is also going to be predated upon by larger birds and mammals. So Pixie here has to spend 90% of the time hiding away. Closer into his body, squints those orange eyes and shoots those ear tufts straight upwards. So Pixie would look just like a twig of a tree, a predator would walk past and never know he is there. But if this owl's face to face with a predator, then he can do the opposite. He can puff out his wings as fast as they will go, bulge his eyes, and shoots those ear tufts straight up.
That'll be a good shot.
So Pixie would look impressive. Pumpkin is our beautiful Eurasian eagle owl. And again, called an eagle owl because he's the size and strength of an eagle, actually as a native species. But in the UK, you can indeed come across the Eurasian eagle owl here. Now, this is another owl so large and so powerful, not fussy whatsoever. Will eat pretty much anything and everything. Kind of similar to the Faroe's eagle owl, really. So a variety of insects, invertebrates, small mammals, larger mammals, fish and birds as well. Again, the definition of a non-fussy eater. And now, I think when you look at Pumpkin, you are probably drawn to a variety of beautiful features. Nice. Those incredible feet, and also those gorgeous pumpkin-coloured eyes. One of the reasons why we actually called him Pumpkin. Now, his eyes actually occupy about 70% of the skull. So up to 3/4 of his skull is purely made up by his eyes. So to put that into perspective, that's like us having eyes the size of tennis balls. Absolutely huge size eyes means lots of light can enter it. So his vision really does put ours to shame. His long distance vision is absolutely phenomenal. But there's a bit of a disadvantage of large eyes, and that is he actually cannot move. And look at that, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Again, he's perfectly demonstrating that amazing flexible head movement, turning himself the right way, getting himself ready, and off he goes there. That was Pumpkin, everyone, our Eurasian eagle owl. Thank you very much.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.